The governor made this known at the second edition of the Lagos State Building Control Agency LAPSCA Building Sector Stakeholders Engagement theme Professionalism Across Board in the Built Environment held in Ikeja. He stated that professionalism in the built environment is a critical undertaking that demands all stakeholders' attention and commitment, noting that Lagos urban areas are experiencing rapid population growth, which places tremendous pressure on the existing infrastructural facilities. The governor emphasized that shelter is of utmost importance and noted the need to build right using only certified professionals to have buildings that are safe, healthy, and preserved for future generations. Governor Sanwo-Olu also urged building regulators to ensure building regulations to the latter so as to prevent illegal, haphazard, and poorly constructed buildings that are detrimental to the well-being of Lagosians. He called on owners and developers to ensure that before they embark on their project, they should obtain necessary government documents, certifications, engage professionals, carry out proper tests, and involve LAPSCA in every stage of their buildings from start to finish. Speaking in a similar vein, the General Manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPSCA, Bolahon Oki, called on developers, community leaders, and all stakeholders to put a stop on the attack of officials of the agency, noting that disobedience to these directives will have dire consequences. Special Advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Political, Legislative, and Civic Engagement, Tajuddin Afolabi, says the newly launched engagement channels by the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration aimed at enhancing communication between the state government and residents are recording a significant volume of feedback from Lagosians. Afolabi said the present administration remains committed to fostering an open dialogue with the public towards building a more responsive and accountable government. He added that the feedback received so far will be instrumental in shaping the state government's ongoing policy decisions. The Lagos State government's free medical outreach, Alafia Eco, has been reintroduced for the benefit of residents of the state. Giving details on the outreach at a news conference, Special Advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Health, Kemi Oguyemi, said the program will resume in 12 designated centers across the 6 health districts. Oguyemi encouraged residents to take advantage of the initiative by visiting the designated centers near them to receive basic medical care. According to her, the services offered at the centers include free blood sugar and blood pressure checks, treatment of minor ailments, free medications, HIV counseling and testing, health insurance registration, free eye checks and eyeglasses, health talks and counseling. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has dispatched additional detectives to Benue State to aid in the rescue of the abducted medical students. Egbetokun ordered the deployment of tactical operatives and assets, including helicopters, drones, and tactical vehicles, to ensure the swift rescue of the kidnapped students. The 20 medical students from the University of Maiduguri and the University of Jos were traveling to Enugu before they were kidnapped along the Otukpo-Enugu road on Thursday evening. The Nigeria Union of Pensioners, NUP, has said that some retirees are still receiving 500 naira as monthly pensions in the country. Speaking in an interview, the Union Secretary in Kaduna State, Al-Hassan Musa, described the condition of the retirees as pathetic. Musa, who is also the NUP scribe in charge of the 19 northern states and the Northwest, advocated a 50% upward review of the minimum pension to improve the social and economic well-being of the retirees. Now to foreign news. Opposition supporters have gathered across Venezuela to protest against Nicolas Maduro's disputed victory in last month's presidential election. Opposition leader Maria Machado joined thousands of protesters in the capital, Caracas, and urged them not to be afraid. Maduro has insisted he won a third 6-year term, but the opposition release tallies it said showed its candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, winning by a wide margin. The United Nations denounced the fact that street protests and criticism on social media have been met with fierce repression by the state. The European Union, the United States, and a number of Latin American nations have refused to recognize the results. In our sport, German professional tennis player Alexander Zverev has survived a scare from America's Ben Shelton before winning 3-6, 7-6, 7-5 to advance to the semi-final of the 2024 Cincinnati Open. Zverev rallied back to take the second and third sets after losing the first set in the quarterfinal clash on Saturday amidst multiple rain delays. The German, who withstood an attacking display from the American and raised his level when required to clinch victory, described the match as difficult in the windy conditions. And that was the news at 1. Just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sowolu administration organized a mentorship seminar for over 1,000 youths on the theme Agripreneur Strategy for Wealth Creation? Get more details on the Lagos State Government website. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.